offensively, and what had to change for you guys to start scoring some buckets?
There's a lid on it. Sometimes it's a lid on the hoop, taking good shots. They just don't fall. So just staying with the offense is something that we try to preach when we're in our tight huddles and even with coaches in there, just saying, make sure we stay in our offense, trust the offense, make sure we get into the rim. So.
Okay. Kyle, you were the one seemed like offensive threat in the first half, just making effort plays and things like that. Well, why were you able to be as effective as you were tonight?
I would just say effort is a big thing. Coach tries to preach, keep high energy. I got to be a guy in there that's doing those types of things, getting extra rebounds, stuff like that. So, another thing is just, trusting in these guys. We're going to play well together, and stuff was just going in for a.
Kaleb, if you look, you came in with Kyle, and if you look at his stats, I think this is probably the statistical best game of his career yet. What were you seeing him do?
I was seeing Kyle. We was the same Kyle we didn't see all summer leading up to this game. So, high energy guy who's gonna go out there and do the dirty work for you. That's what we expect out of KY, and that's what he gives us.
I think Coach Holman had said something on FS1 after the game that you guys had scrapped a lot of your offense at halftime. What was sort of the message there? How quickly do you guys have to make significant adjustments?
I really wasn't an adjustment. He just preached effort. It's going to come down to a dogfight at the end of the game. The last 4 minutes was going to be tough. So he just told us that we need to put our head down and work and just grind it out. That's the only thing we could do.
Kaleb, it seemed like the second half, maybe with the exception of one or two post touches, there was a lot of playing you up top, a lot of high ball screen stuff and letting sort of things flow through you up there. Just what's it do for the offense if you can find some ways to score without having to force feed you the ball down low?
It just makes our offense more versatile. I feel like being able to just interchange guys in different positions. Everybody knows the different positions. I feel like that just makes for more fluent offense.
And can you describe a little bit just what your mindset is when you're playing in those kind of positions as opposed to playing down low?
Just play basketball. Coach trusted me to be able to play out there and inside. So I just feel like my preparation, and he believes in me, and I feel like my teammates believe in me enough to be in those positions, and I just played.
In the past, you've gotten frustrated on the court. Didn't really seem to let things bother you as much tonight. How much of a effort have you made of that this season, and how do you kind of change your personality almost?
It's just controlling the controllables, like I like to talk about a lot. Me and Coach talk about it a lot also, and just being able to hone in my emotions as far as if I'm getting a tough call or it's a battle down there and I don't get the call that I want, just being able to know that, there's still basketball to be played. It's not something that's going to make or break the game. I just got to either fight through it or we got to get on to the next play.
Kyle, just what was the first 7 minutes like? You guys didn't score. Then finally DJ gets that outlet pass to you. Did it feel like the roof came off the building when you finally put the first 2 points of the season in almost 8 minutes into the game?
Yeah, it took a little while, but, it did get pretty loud in there once we got that first bucket. I think we needed like a little swing, a little energy swing. I don't know if that was it, but, we started getting things going, started getting a little bit more offense going, and we started playing basketball like we know how. So,
seemed like the start of the second half, you guys got your run to take the lead off of your defense. You were getting stops and then going to the other end and scoring. Just what was the key maybe for you guys in that first 4 minutes of the second half where you went from, down 7 to up 4?
Yeah, just sticking with it defensively, staying tough on the defensive end, stringing together stops. That was a huge point of emphasis for us. And then, we kind of said the offense would come to us. We were getting good penetration, open shots. Some started falling, so that's what helped was the defense first.
You guys were trailing, but I think it was 7 at halftime, and obviously it was a really ugly game for a while. Just wondering the mood of the locker room right after the game. Just what was it like in that first one?
That's a good win right there. Great tough team like Cincinnati. They're good in their league. So just being able to grind out that win is something a lot of teams can't do, and that feeling doing it with a young group like we got and grinded out game, everybody got bumps and bruises, you cheer about that.
DJ's first game, we've talked a lot about him. What did he give you guys, both what, maybe the obvious, but seemed like he kind of calmed things down even a little bit, which is rare for a freshman, I imagine. What did he give you guys when he came in and even in the second half?
Like I talked about yesterday, DJ shows poise at a young stage, and that's big. So being able to switch point guards like that, and you don't lose a lot, that's big for a team. That's what you need.
Kaleb, you had talked about just the relationships from high school, AAU ball, knowing each other so well. What does it mean to win these two in this series in terms of little bragging rights?
Oh, yeah, just like you said, that's just bragging rights right there. Anytime you see him, just bring it up. That's all you got to do.
Kyle, how much of your improvement from last season to this season is just another year in the system, another year with Q's conditioning, as opposed to you now being healthy?
I don't know. I think it could be a little bit of both, but the coaches, in the weight room and on the court, they do a great job of, developing us as players, but not only players on the court, as men off the court too. So, I give all the credit to them, helping us, and I definitely feel better. My body's feeling good, which that helps. But yeah, the off season was just a grind. We were working really hard, and we've been looking forward to this moment. So, the season's here, and we're ready to keep going.
I know the score was the exact same score as last year, but like outside of that first half, were there any similarities versus, I guess, what it was like last year where you guys faced this team, like both teams were struggling to make shots early in the game?
Yeah, I would say just like it's a game that you got to grind out. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be physical. That's all I would really say, just a physical game. It's going to be a dogfight for real.
Yeah, like K.Y. said, games like this, the coach says heart. Test your heart. You got guys out there. Dre got a cut on his eye. People getting their mouth bust open. Just got to find a way to win.
Andre drew Jaron Cumberland for most of the game. It's a preseason player of the year in their conference. Just what did you guys think of what Andre gave you defensively?
We always trust Dre, especially defensively. He's going to be tough. Put him on, their best player, and just let him do what he does.
In the late timeouts, as you guys are trying to salt away a win, what would you see from EJ and DJ? They had to play some important minutes and come up with some free throws there late. But what did you see from those guys in timeouts?
They were locked in. Usually you get young guys and they're jittery in that situation. Tight game. Tighten up. Never been in that situation, but our guys, they look real poised out there, and they collected the information well and executed on the court.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.